Well, look who finally figured it out. Hello, you beautiful, unbreakable, absolutely terrifying anomaly. Welcome back to the moment they've been dreading. The moment their smug little smiles began to crack. The air shifted and reality finally caught up with them. They just realized who they've been messing with. And now it's far too late to undo it. You can see it in their eyes. That flicker of recognition, that micro-expression of raw panic when they finally connect the dots. They thought you were soft, easy, just another forgettable face they could use and discard without consequence. They thought wrong. Now they're standing there with their mouths slightly open, their confidence evaporating like morning fog, realizing they've poked something they should have left the hell alone. They had you all figured out, or so they believed. They wrote your story before you even opened your mouth, labeled, categorized, and filed you away under harmless pushover. Won't do anything about it. They mistook your silence for weakness and your patience for fear. They watched you take hit after hit, betrayal after betrayal, assuming you just keep absorbing the blows forever. They thought your kindness was stupidity. Your restraint was inability. They saw you smile through the pain and decided, this one's broken, this one won't fight back, this one's safe to destroy. What they couldn't comprehend in their shallow surface-level understanding of human nature is that you weren't broken. You were loaded. Every insult you swallowed wasn't weakness. It was data collection. Every time you smiled and walked away, it wasn't surrender. It was strategy. Every moment they thought they were winning, every second they spent celebrating their little victories over you, you were in the shadows, evolving into something unrecognizable. You studied them, learned their patterns, memorized their tactics, saw through their masks. While they underestimated you, you were transforming into their worst nightmare, quietly without warning or drama, in the kind of silence that forges weapons, not victims. And now here's where the story turns from tragedy to reckoning. They just found out. Maybe it was something you did, some calculated move that shattered their illusion of control. Maybe it was something you said, a single sentence so precise it sliced through their defenses. Maybe it was just the way you looked at them, your eyes carrying something ancient and unforgiving. Whatever it was, that moment changed everything. The revelation hit, and now they know. They know they messed with the wrong one. They crossed a line they can't uncross. They've been playing checkers while you've been playing three-dimensional chess. And every move they made, every cruel little game they played, you saw it coming long before they did. The panic in their eyes isn't just surprise. It's recognition of consequence. They're replaying every interaction, every word, every smug moment they thought they had the upper hand, now reframed with horrifying clarity. They're remembering all the times you stayed quiet and wondering what was running through your mind. They're recalling every boundary they crossed and calculating the price. Now, at 3 a.m., they lie awake, staring at the ceiling, haunted by the same question. What have I done? Who the hell did I just mess with? And the answer, the one that won't let them sleep, is you. They messed with the one person who didn't need to prove anything, the one soul who survived enough hell to be immune to their petty games, the one force they should have studied instead of underestimated. Right now, they're nervous, truly nervous. Not the kind that comes before a test or a meeting, but the deep primal dread that grips you when you realize you've awakened something beyond your control. They're watching their backs, checking their phones, wondering when the other shoe will drop. They second-guess every move, every word, every interaction because the rules have changed and they're no longer in control. You are. They can feel it in the air, in the energy that shifts when you enter the room. They can sense it in your silence, which no longer reads as submission, but something far more dangerous. Calculation. And now they're finally starting to understand. Here's the truth that's finally beginning to sink into their thick skulls. You weren't quiet because you had nothing to say. You were quiet because every word would have been wasted on people operating at such a shallow level. You weren't passive because you couldn't act. You were patient because you were choosing your moment. And that moment, that beautiful, terrifying reckoning, is closing in fast. They thought they were the predators in this story, the sharks circling helpless prey, but they never noticed the truth. You were never swimming with them. You were beneath them the whole time, moving in deeper waters, in darkness they couldn't reach. While they were busy circling the surface, you were growing bigger, stronger, and far more dangerous. Compared to what you become, they were never sharks. They were goldfish, pretending to be monsters. And here's the best part. The cosmic joke in all of this: they did it to themselves. Every cruel word, every betrayal, every attempt to tear you down only forged you into something stronger. Each lie they told sharpened your perception, teaching you to read between lines they didn't even realize they were writing. Every time they tried to break your spirit, they only tempered it, hardening it into something unbreakable. They thought they were destroying you, but they were building you. They thought they were winning, but all they were doing was training the one who would surpass and replace them. They were too intoxicated by their fleeting victories to see the bigger picture. You were never their victim. You were their teacher, and the lesson they're about to learn will cost them everything they thought they owned. Now comes the part that will hurt them most. The realization that there's no undoing this. No apology can erase it. No manipulation can fix it. No smooth words can restore what they destroyed, the grace they took for granted, the second chances they burned through, the redemption they assumed they'd always have. They're gone, deleted, turned to ash, and scattered in winds they'll never catch. There was a window once, wasn't there? A time when a genuine apology might have meant something, when admitting their wrongs could have made a difference, but they didn't take it. They boarded that window up, painted over it, and pretended it never existed. Too arrogant, too sure of themselves, too convinced that you'd always be waiting. They were wrong. Catastrophically, irreversibly wrong. Because you're not that person anymore. You're not the one waiting by the phone for scraps of respect. You're not the one accepting half-hearted explanations or hollow promises. You're not the one mistaking someone's dependence for love or loyalty. You evolved beyond that version of yourself long ago, and they never noticed. They were too busy assuming you'd never change, never grow, never become the person who could look them dead in the eye and feel absolutely nothing. But that's exactly who you are now. Their opinion no longer matters. Their presence no longer carries weight. Their existence in your life has become nothing more than a fading memory you acknowledge occasionally with distant curiosity, like glancing at an old photograph of a place you once lived but would never return to. They're starting to feel it now. The absence, the void where your energy used to fill the room. They notice how you no longer light up when they appear, how your laughter no longer comes so easily, how you don't respond to their stories or humor anymore. The attention they once took for granted has vanished, and for perhaps the first time in their entitled little lives, they're tasting what it feels like to be irrelevant to someone who used to care, and it's eating them alive. They've always been the center of attention, the main character, the one people revolved around. But in your world, in your story, they've been demoted to background noise, extras in a movie they thought they were directing, footnotes in a chapter you've already finished and moved far beyond. Now let's talk about you, what you've become, what they're only now beginning to grasp. You're not louder or angrier. You didn't turn into some vengeful storm raging for payback. You became something infinitely more dangerous, calm, unreachable, untouchable. You found a peace that comes from total detachment, a strength that doesn't need to flex or announce itself, a power that operates quietly and strikes with precision. You are the storm that doesn't warn before it hits, the consequence that moves unseen until it's too late. They created this, and now they're standing in the wreckage of their own making, completely unprepared. They're scrambling, analyzing your every move, your words, your silences, your social media posts, searching for clues, desperate to predict your next step. But here's what's driving them insane. You're not doing anything. At least, not in a way they can measure or counter. You're simply living, growing, thriving. And that terrifies them more than revenge ever could. Because revenge they could understand. Revenge they could defend against. Revenge would make you predictable again. Drag you back down to their level. Give them something to point to and say, see, they're just like us. But you're not giving them that satisfaction. You've given them nothing. No reaction, no weakness, no access. You're simply existing in your full power. And that power is blinding. They can't look at it without flinching because deep down they know this is what true strength looks like. The ones who hurt you the most. The ones who betrayed you when you were at your most genuine. The ones who twisted your loyalty into leverage and your kindness into opportunity are watching you now with something they can't fully process. It's awe tangled with fear, fascination mixed with regret. They see you rising. They see you smiling. They see you free, unbothered, untouchable, thriving in a life that was supposed to collapse the moment they left. They see you laughing with people who actually value you, creating things they once told you weren't possible without them, standing in places they secretly dreamed of but never had the courage to reach. Every step you take forward, every moment you shine, is dismantling the fragile illusion they built about who you were. You have to understand their entire self-image depended on your failure. They needed you to break. They needed to look at you and see proof that they were right, that you were weak, dependent, unworthy of the power they always feared you might discover. When they lied to you, dismissed you, belittled you, it wasn't just cruelty, it was control. Because the moment you realized you didn't need them, the illusion of their superiority would vanish. And now it has. You shattered it without even trying. You didn't scream. You didn't beg. You didn't fight for their validation. You simply kept moving. You built something new from the rubble they left behind. You turned the pain they gave you into fuel, and now you're standing in a version of your life that exposes them for what they really are. Small. Every day you wake up and live well, it burns them. Not in a dramatic way, but in that slow, suffocating kind of pain that eats away at the ego. Their pride can't reconcile what it's seeing. They told everyone you were nothing without them, that you'd fall apart, that you were the problem. And now, every success of yours is a public contradiction of that lie. You're proof of their failure, living evidence that they underestimated you completely. They can't stand that you're thriving in a reality that doesn't include them. Now they're trapped in their own private hell. The quiet psychological warfare they started but can't win. They're stuck comparing themselves to you day after day, even when they pretend not to care. They scroll through your posts, your pictures, your milestones, looking for cracks that don't exist. They tell themselves you must be faking it, that it can't be real. Because if it is real, then they have to face the truth that they destroyed something good for no reason. And deep down, they know it is real. That's what hurts most. They're still living the same life they were living when they lost you. Trapped in shallow relationships, chasing temporary highs, stuck in the same self-destructive loops they swore they'd outgrow. Meanwhile, you've evolved beyond recognition. You've become something they don't understand, composed, powerful, self-contained. You radiate peace instead of chaos, strength instead of desperation. You are everything they pretended to be. You're what they always wanted to become but never could, because that kind of growth requires accountability, and they've spent their whole lives running from it. From a distance, they watch you like someone watching a movie they can't turn off. Even though every scene hurts, every smile, every small success, every sign of your happiness is a dagger to their ego. It's not just jealousy. It's existential panic. Because in your success, they see a reflection of everything they'll never be. The regret has started to seep in now, like poison under their skin. At first it was subtle, a quiet thought in an empty room. Maybe I was wrong about them, but that whisper has grown into a scream they can't silence. I messed up. I lost something I'll never find again. I destroyed something I can't rebuild. They lie awake at night replaying old conversations, dissecting every word they said that pushed you away. They remember moments when you looked at them with love, patience, forgiveness, and how they took it all for granted. They imagine how different life could have been if they just treated you right. They fantasize about the alternate timeline, the one where they weren't too proud, too insecure, too blind to see your worth. In that fantasy, they're still by your side. They're better. They've changed. You still care. But reality doesn't bend to regret. Those daydreams are just the mind's desperate attempt to rewrite a story that's already finished. And the truth is brutal. The ending they fear is the one they wrote themselves. You're gone. Not in bitterness, not in anger, but in evolution. You've ascended beyond the need for closure, for apologies, for validation. You've stopped needing them to understand. You no longer crave the acknowledgement they'll never be capable of giving. Your peace has made their chaos irrelevant, and that to them is the most unbearable consequence of all. But some of them won't let go that easily. You'll see it. The soft attempts to re-enter your orbit. The casual, "Hey, how have you been?" messages. The nostalgic comments on your posts. The subtle reminders of shared memories. They'll act like nothing happened, like the past was just a misunderstanding. They'll test your boundaries to see if the old version of you, the one who always forgave, always gave another chance, still exists. They'll try to charm their way back into your world, betting that time has softened you. But what they'll find is something they never prepared for: indifference. You won't rage, you won't argue, you won't explain. You'll simply respond with calm detachment, or more likely, silence, because you've learned that some doors aren't meant to be reopened. You've learned that peace is more valuable than closure. You've learned that their absence isn't a loss, it's liberation. They're going to realize too late that they didn't just lose access to you, they lost access to the version of themselves that only existed when you loved them. And that's the kind of loss you can't recover from, the kind that doesn't fade with time but grows heavier with every reminder of what could have been. So let them watch. Let them scroll. Let them drown in the silence of your indifference. You owe them nothing. Not forgiveness, not explanation, not another chance. Because the truth is simple. They were never your anchor. They were your lesson, and you learned it well. They'll come back eventually. They always do. But not because they've truly changed, because they've realized they've lost control. The same old manipulative instincts that once gave them power will resurface like clockwork. They'll reach out with carefully crafted words, the same sweet poison they used to pour into your ears when they wanted something. They'll act fragile, broken, repentant. They'll send messages dripping with nostalgia, reminding you of the good times, conveniently skipping over the parts where they lied, gaslighted, or betrayed you. They'll claim they've been doing a lot of self-reflecting, that they've grown, that they finally understand what they did wrong. They'll frame their absence as a spiritual journey, a painful awakening that made them realize your worth. They'll use every trick they know to make you doubt your peace, to make you reopen the door you locked for your own survival. They'll play every role they know by heart: the victim, the misunderstood soul, the one who didn't mean to hurt you. They'll try to twist the story until you start questioning your own memory. They'll blame circumstances, timing, childhood trauma, anyone and anything but themselves. They'll try to make their betrayal sound like a lesson they were forced to learn. They'll tell you that losing you was the wake-up call they needed, that fate is giving you both a second chance, that this time it'll be different. The end.